Tesla is developing, building and mass producing ventilators. Now we get a very first glimpse in a video that was just launched by Tesla, and maybe we are witnessing the best ventilators ever developed. Now let's have a look together in the video of Tesla and see what we can see, what are the details, what is our opinion about it, and what parts they are using to produce it. All about it here in the show. So before diving into the video, make sure to like and smash that subscribe button. Don't forget the bell so you get notified every single day if I'm doing a new Tesla vlog or any other stock market and investing vlogs. But now let's dive into the video that Tesla just launched 24 hours ago, and we will see what they are doing and what we can actually see on the video. So it's a kind of reaction video from my side as a Tesla investor to see what we can see, what is the engineering behind it, and how this maybe will impact Tesla. Let's go.
Hey guys, a lot of stuff going on around with the coronavirus. So this is Tesla engineering. We're in the lab and we've been working on some stuff. We just wanted to share it with you. We're trying to make some ventilators out of some car parts so that we can help out the medical industry without taking away from their supply. So I'm going to give it over to Joe Mardall, and he's going to tell you about what we've been doing.
Okay, first we see the Tesla engineering lab. So I actually thought that the lab is much bigger. Obviously this can be just a small part and more people around, but obviously this can be because of the situation that everybody is doing social distancing and just a special task force is assigned to this job. However, what a very, very important information is here in the very first part of this video, that they will use parts that they actually use to produce Teslas to not affect too much parts necessary to produce more ventilators. I think this is a great idea, and I think this is a great use of inventory and Tesla engineers, and let's see what else we can discover.
As Lars said, we've been working on developing our own ventilator design, specifically one that's heavily based on Tesla car parts. We want to use parts that we know really well, we know the reliability of, and we can go really fast, and they're available in volume. So here's our kind of high-level schematic design. You can see that all the red parts here are Tesla vehicle parts, so we've used a lot of those. What is a ventilator? A ventilator is a device that helps patients breathe who can't breathe well for themselves, and it does that by forcing air into their lungs with a pressure or a volume control, and then they exhale passively.
So the first thing what we see is the typical engineering schematic to build a product or a prototype, and then you see there's three categories. First category is Tesla parts, second category is the medical parts, which are blue, and the first one was orange, and then the gray parts are other components, maybe something that they have to get from a third party. And if we are looking into the schematic, I would say 60% are Tesla parts, 20% are medical parts, and maybe 10% are other components as of the schematic. So let's further see how a first prototype can look like.
And now I'll take you to our first round of prototype that we developed, and Guru can talk you through that on the bench here.
Hi everyone. So I'm going to walk you through the first prototype we've built. So this is the hospital grade supply of air that is going into a mixing chamber, which is a car part that we use in our vehicles. This is where the oxygen and the air mixes together, and then it passes through a valve body, which is used to create the waveforms, the pressure and the volume waveforms. Then the air coming out of this valve body goes through a bunch of sensors. So this is a flow rate sensor, this is the pressure sensor. It then goes through a filter and goes into the patient's lung, and then carbon dioxide is put into that air and then goes through the exhale pipes and goes through a set of sensors, and then goes through the exhale valve, which is used to throttle the pressure of the lung, so you always keep a positive pressure on the lung, so which helps the COVID-19 patients to breathe, keeps their lungs open. So yeah, that's the Tesla ventilator first prototype. And now I'm gonna put you over to Ben, who's gonna show you the packaged version of the same.
Okay, so what we saw first here is a lab first prototype where they just place everything out on a table and see how everything works together before packaging it into a nice and with a nice user interface. Obviously, they need to see which parts are working, which parts need to be replaced or adapted. And as you can see, something like this actually happened pretty fast for Tesla. If you are considering just about 2 weeks that Elon Musk considered to make ventilators at Tesla and to go from a schematic to the first prototype and now even to a first real packaged ventilator that we will see right now and see how this thing could look like out of Tesla is pretty fast. And you know, this is something that Tesla is known for, to get really fast and good engineering on it. And let's see how this whole thing put together looks like.
This system is powered by the Model 3 infotainment system. Up here at the top we have a Model 3 center display touchscreen. This touchscreen is powered by the Model 3 infotainment computer in here, which controls Model 3 vehicle controllers. These vehicle controllers talk to these precision variable valves on this single piece manifold, which we designed to be easy to put together.
This gives us 3 different ways to control what's happening to the patient: pressure regulated volume control, pressure control, or volume control, for the most amount of flexibility for the most acute patients out there. We also put in on the bottom a backup system. So with an O2 tank, our backup battery, and the air compressor, you get 20 to 40 minutes to move that patient where you need to give them the care that they deserve.
So you can see, put it all together, it's a lot of Tesla entertainment parts, because these parts are actually the, let's say, very much of a brain and visual part of the ventilator, because if you need to set up some settings, you need to see and monitor the patient, then something like this is very, very crucial, and every ventilator need to have some kind of display. And to use these parts together that are already working with each other, including backup, is really great, because you know, this is something that is really, really important, especially as life savings equipment such as ventilators are. We need to make sure that they are working 24 hours, and if they are not working, or there's some mechanical or software problem or whatsoever, that they have enough time to bring the patient with the ventilator obviously to the next stage, and the necessary action can be taken. So I'm very impressed to see, you know, so many parts and so many easy parts. And actually you need to also consider that this need to be mass produced in the next couple of weeks, so it need to be easy to fix, and to have people around that get a quick crash course to put these things together. And this is something that I can see here right up front.
Now coming back up to the top, let's see what's happening on the UI. First of all, we've got a respiratory simulator right here. It's basically simulating what a lung does. It has various amounts of compliance and is breathing. That breath is actually being plotted out up here. We have 3 plots for pressure, flow, and volume. And you can see the line moving across as the lung is breathing. Now, if something happens to the lung and constricts it, you can see the pressure waveforms change, overlaid on the history of the previous 12 seconds. That's important so a doctor can see if they're improving or something's going wrong. There's still a lot of work to do, but we're giving it our best effort to make sure we can help some people out there.
So finally, he got us through the user interface, which showed us the different kind of settings and display informations that this ventilator has. But he didn't say if this, you know, software actually worked out by Tesla, or just a software that already works on different kind of ventilators and was just adapted. So this would be curious if they also, you know, wrote a whole new software. I assume that in this short time that they just took the software, put it on the computer, that infotainment system of the Model 3, and used the screen of the Model 3 only as an output source. So actually that's very interesting. However, they say it's still a very beginning. This means that I think that they need maybe a couple of days or weeks before they say, hey, you know, now we take this to mass production. And even then, there's always things that Elon Musk always said, the manufacturing is underestimated. And I get this so bad. If I see this video, you see how many steps need to be followed from first prototype to a build version, then to train the people to build this, and then to always adapt to new versions and to make this product better. Those items are very, very, very much needed right now worldwide, and I see that Tesla is doing a really great step. However, let's jump into the conclusion. So in the question of what we should make of this video, obviously this video, it was not a marketing video as such. It was more of an update to show people, hey, Tesla is already working, they are working hard, they are working with clever minds, engineers on this problem to deliver ventilators where they really need it. I think this is a great, great thing. Even when GM and Ford, I don't think that they can be so far as Tesla is, and this shows again how the engineering power of Tesla is really so much forward about the competition. And I believe that this video is really going viral in the next days, and therefore I believe this is something that is positive for the image of Tesla. This is positive that everybody will look back and say, hey, you know what? Tesla was the one company that really switched super fast and super efficient to help people in need. And I think, you know, this kind of charity, I also read that they built some ventilators, or they bought some ventilators and they shipped them out, and Elon Musk, hey, you don't have to pay for the ventilators, you don't have to pay for the delivery, just let us know where they need it and we will ship them to them, and then everything will be free of charge. Except they don't want that these ventilators go to some storage of some kind. They want really to reach the people who are really needing this. So therefore a great, great video, great step for Tesla, and I can't look forward to when the first hundreds, thousands of ventilators reach the people in need.